You might remember this video. Miya Ponsetto approached 14-year-old Keon Harold Jr. at a New York City hotel last month, accusing him of stealing her phone. His father, jazz musician. Hotel surveillance video shows the 22-year-old woman tackling Keon Jr. Now, he never had the phone. It turned up several minutes later at the hotel. New York City detectives went to California yesterday to coordinate Ponsetto's arrest in connection with the confrontation. She was contacted at a traffic stop in Ventura County near Los Angeles. Officials say that police had to pull her out of the car when she refused to get out.
Mia, help me understand. What made you think that Keon had your phone? That's why I'm confused. Why did you think he had it?
I was approaching the people that had been exiting
I
the
had
hotel.
ascertained the situation.
In my mind, anybody exiting is probably the one that might be the one that is trying to steal my phone.
And she's like a perfect villain because she doesn't just say like, I'm an idiot, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I was freaking out about my phone. I thought this kid stole it. But she gets like super defensive and just fucking white girl about it.
She puts on glasses and tries to talk smart and says dumb things.
Anybody in the lobby asking them about your phone? Is that what you're saying?
Not everyone. Just the people that, in the meantime, while the hotel manager was checking the footage, I just wanted to do my part as best as I could.
Oh, she's
a rap tackle.
She sounds like a maniac.
She could have led with the head, but she wrapped him up.
You're
brought
right,
him
dude.
down.
She should have just apologized. Just been like, "Hey,
Or
I did a dumb thing. I overreacted. It was my phone. Those are expensive, so I got scared and I jumped to a conclusion."
Yeah.
And instead, she's saying like all these really, really like totally non-justifiable like half excuses.
She's super defensive and just burying herself even more. Like if you're this defensive about it still, and you think like you're being railroaded, don't go on TV.
Yeah, don't go on TV and double down.
I just don't think I would randomly attack people, is what I'm saying to you. I know you said you could have handled it better, but I just don't think I would randomly attack people in the manner in which you
She started
did.
freaking out that she has her laptop. Wait a minute. How am I there and you're there?
Look at that video. You're standing there in your leggings and your flip-flops, and it looks like you're just going nuts, for lack of a better word.
What does that have to do with this?
Yeah. With your whore makeup.
Yeah, I feel like she's being shamed now in some weird way.
You're standing there with your punk rock hat.
Oh, you shit out for the world to see.
You're standing there with your sweet
You
ass
white
and your big
bitch.
tits.
You're not punk.
I don't feel that is who I am as a person. I don't feel like this one mistake does define me, but I do sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, apologize that if I made the son
Maybe
feel
not
as if I
sincerely.
assaulted.
Then why is that the last thing you're saying after it got dragged out of you? You just sat here essentially saying you're not sorry.
And she's doing the fast talk of like the defensive, like, well, you understand with me. How would you feel? I was there by myself.
The video we saw, it looked like you had just attacked his son.
Yeah, the footage shows me attacking his son. Attacking him how? Yelling at him? Yes. Okay, I apologize. Can we move on?
Well, tackling him and swinging him around, too.
Yeah, she starts getting catty, though. Can we move on? I've already apologized. Let's move on to the next thing.
Let's move on to my podcast, Daddy.
I don't need to, I just want to apologize. But I do think that there should be some context to your actions that day.
Okay, so basically, I'm a 22-year-old girl. Racism is
what I do.
How is one girl accusing?
Whoa, what? She literally said racism. Like she didn't even add
She's
any.
making a point.
You know, she was going. I kind of know what she was going for, but even if she got it out, she'd sound like an idiot. But she sounds like a bigger idiot because she can't even like racism and me.
Like she's taking zero responsibility
Also,
and doing the exact opposite. She's doing all the things that you want someone to do if you want to hate them.
But this is just a symptom of the greater epidemic of bitches thinking they could just step to dudes anyways. We've talked about this a lot on the show.
One of our favorite
You go to
bits.
step to dudes, sometimes you're going to get fucking smacked down.
Welcome to Dude World.
Yeah, welcome to Dudes Rock.
Yeah, Dudes Rock.
Here's your ticket.
Yeah, here's an initiation fist.
Yeah, I'm going to throw her out of a Zeppelin to turn around to all the other chicks and be like, sorry, no ticket. Dudes Rock.
Her migrant mom, if she knew what she was saying, would be so much more pissed.
That's actually her lawyer.
Oh, her migrant lawyer.
Towards the end, she tries to shut her up.
She should have stepped in earlier.
About a phone, a crime.
She's like doing a poem.
Wow, that wasn't even a sentence.
Even like this
dude.
lady's like, what?
That was not even a sentence.
One of the best things about things like this that happen is because she's like, this is perfect. I'm going to go on CBS in the morning. I'm going to clear my name.
That's true.
She's like,
I'm going to have a lawyer here. She'll step in if I sound stupid.
She even wore like a villain's outfit. Like she's dressed sexy with like a hat and like just that smirk.
Your phone.
She's Cobra
That's the
Commander's
thing.
wife.
I mean, you're saying, look, I'm 22 years old. You're 22 years old, but you are old enough to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
Enough. The hotel did have
Because even that shit, like, why
Got
does she
her
think
ass.
that's going to look
Even
good?
the lawyer's like,
the lawyer's like,
I mean, she's looking at a client off screen. It's like,
she says the most baffling sentence ever spoken out loud, and then this woman's like, whoa, 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 and then she's like, no, you know what?
And
shut
one
up.
of the most hateable, like, fucking
Things you
white
can
girl
do.
things to
Yeah.
do to be like, enough, and like put your hand up in someone's face or some shit. Like,
and she
you
does
control
the
shit.
that's the motherfucking tea thing. Where she pulls like,
to know better. So I will say you're 22. I get it.
enough. The hotel did have my phone.
Yeah.
The hotel
So your
did
lawyer's
have-
like, stop, don't.
Wait, what
You
she's
look like a
saying is
bitch.
making her sound
You're being
stupider
a
already.
bitch.
One sentence in, the hotel did have my phone.
Stop being a cunt. You're being a cunt right now. This is my whisper voice.
You're being a fucking twat.
Jesus Christ, you look like a fucking cunt.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to
I
have
think this lapel mic is picking this up.
I'm going to stir up some civil unrest. We're going to protect you.
Oh no,
We're
these are
gonna
my
storm the
inner
Capitol.
thoughts.
We're going to storm the Capitol for you.
These are my inner thoughts being picked up by the lapel mic.
Because you could have been something better than us. You Harvey Dent.
enough,
I ended up having my
Batman.
phone. I did get my belongings returned to me.
He didn't even have your phone.
Okay, so let's
That's the thing.
Do you
I mean,
want to
you're,
get to that
you're,
part?
you're saying, look,
Because
I'm
the
22
hotel
years
did
old.
have
You're
my
22
phone.
years old, but you are old enough to know better.
Oh, the hotel
So I will
did
say
have
you're
my
22.
All right,
I
Gayle,
get it.
Enough. The hotel did have my phone. The hotel did
Stop
end up
being a
having my
bitch.
phone. I did.
Bitch, stop it, being bitch.
Stop.
I also love that she's like, stop. I have a terrible point I need to make.
Yeah, this hotel.
Stop. I mean, okay, whatever.
First get my belongings returned to me. So maybe it wasn't him, but at the same time, how is it so that as soon as I get
And further
asked
forth,
to leave the premises, after I had accused this person of
Stop,
stealing my
stop it.
phone, how is it that
Stop,
all of a
stop.
sudden they just miraculously have my phone when I come back? And the two, and
Is it black girl
the-
magic?
It didn't seem as if my accusations really bothered the son and the father, because they were just enjoying a nice meal right after this whole encounter.
Well, what are they
He's
supposed to
gonna
do?
have
Like
a
cower in the
succulent
corner?
Dinner?
What is her lawyer?
A fine cooked goose?
I still don't Eating soup out of a pumpkin.
Perhaps I wanted some of the Turkish delights. Perhaps they have my Turkish delights.
I just don't understand what this
She
lawyer...
tackles him at the table again. Yeah!
Where are my Turkish delights?
What's a Turkish glove?
This lawyer's so bad. Why is she letting...
She's terrible.
Why is she letting this girl give an interview on CBS
She doesn't speak
and say
English.
any of this?
She doesn't speak English.
She's
And-
got to step in. No one to step in.
And what is her point? Like, what is she hoping to accomplish
She cut
here?
her off and then forgot her point.
Yeah, she stumbled through a sentence that barely made sense.
But all I'm saying
I don't know if you, Mia,
is I want
don't
this
know
to
if
be
you could say
over,
what,
and I'm sorry.
whether they were
So I
bothered
would love
by
to
your-
make this short and
I don't
sweet,
know if you
Gayle.
could- Mia. I want to go back to that day. Take us back to that day.
I want out, Gayle.
We've all seen the video.
Okay, so I arrived back to the hotel.
That was
after
some
grabbing
weird.
some
That was a
Starbucks.
weird cut, because then she must have
Yeah.
said something else to her, because she was
Yeah.
like kind of chuckling to herself.
Yeah, she must have been like, listen.
Unless
you
she,
look good.
unless she was just thinking the N word in her head. She couldn't. She was cracking up.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah,
Here's the
no-
story.
I arrived back to the hotel after grabbing some Starbucks. I had noticed my phone had been missing, so I just approached the hotel manager, asked him if he could kindly just check the footage. In my opinion, I was like,
kindly,
okay, any
good
person
sir.
walking down could possibly be the person.
Honestly, I would never think. Like, if I lost my phone, I wouldn't be like, "Can you go check the security footage?"
I mean,
That's weird.
all
I just
good.
like,
That's
did
a good
anyone turn
idea.
this in? And then if they didn't, I'd be like, well, I guess I have to get a new
Yeah,
phone.
no, exactly.
Well, you
I
know
guess-
that like it wasn't a calm conversation. She's like, check the fucking
Yeah.
security footage.
Well, 'cause I guess it's not that I wouldn't think to ask it. I just would think that if I did ask it, they wouldn't do it.
Because she went up there and
That's
like,
true.
did anyone turn on my phone? They're like, no.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, fuck it, somebody took it.
Yeah, 'cause
somebody
you
took
don't-
my fucking phone.
You don't accuse someone
It's
if you're
that
not already
black
mad.
kid.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking about a word. Stop. Just stop.
Person that might have had my phone.
Don't
I
tackle
wasn't
her.
racial
She's there.
profiling
The
whatsoever.
lawyer's there.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Stop.
It's
No one
not
has
even
your
her
phone.
lawyer. It's just she follows her everywhere.
I have your phone.
She tries to tell her not to do crazy things.
Oh, she's her
Thinks she's
stalker.
fake. She doesn't even know she's real. She thinks it's like a ghost.
She's her stalker, and she took her phone. She's like, "Oh no, it's gotten out of hand." Stop.
She's actually her 20 years in the future.
Oh, fuck.
He's come back in time to try to keep her from doing these things.
Who are you
but it never
talking
works.
to?
That's why she's always looking like
Yeah,
that.
look
'cause
at her. She's fed up. She's like, whatever. I'm not gonna be able to stop myself. I'm a dumb bitch.
I used my one time trinket and it doesn't even work to stop myself from
Now I'm
doing
just-
these terrible things.
Now I'm fucking president. It sucks. I had to use the time machine in the Oval Office to come back here.
I'm like a woman of color. I'm Italian.
I'm
Greek,
like
Puerto
a
Rican.
woman of
You keep
color,
saying-
baby.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
wait.
Italian Greek, baby. Let's go.
Italian, Greek, and what? Puerto Rican, does she say?
yeah.
I'm Italian, Greek, Puerto Rican.
You keep saying you're Puerto Rican. Does that mean that you can't be racist because you're saying you're a woman of color? Is that what you mean?
You Puerto Rican bitch.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
Whoa.
baby.
Whoa.
Got it.
She just was like, oh, yup.
Gail's like, I guess those are the rules we set forth.
I mean, to be fair, they have said that if you don't have systemic power, you can't be racist.
Yeah, she's 6'9" in it.
I would disagree that people of color can be racist too. Do you believe that you should pay a price for this?
I don't feel that my accusation is a crime.
But it's more than
No,
the
but no one thinks.
accusation.
Yeah,
It's
no one
the
thinks
way
it's the
that you
accusation. It's
tackled
the,
him.
Yeah.
the assault.
Yeah.
Bottom line is this issue is much bigger than
Oh, she finally
I think
fucking
Mia is
speaks up.
appreciating, and she sees it
First
as
of
a very
all, I'm
simple
Mia
thing.
from the future.
Attorney
20
General.
years,
First
I'm
of
the
all-
president.
I'm trying to. I could wish I could explain a time trinket to you and how it
Sorry.
works.
I've been
I
waiting
tried-
to speak for 10 minutes.
I traveled through time and my brain's not here yet.
She's like, we're out of time.
I'm waiting for my brain to be traveling. Oh, shit, it's here. Oh, I'm going to start talking.
It takes a long time for my thoughts to catch up because they're actually coming from the
Yeah,
future.
they're coming from another timeline.
Don't take the vaccine. We gotta go. It goes
Tan
everyone.
With Ponsetto
Look at her.
through
It's like
the
it's a
entire
split screen.
interview.
She's frozen.
Wanted
It's
her
like looking
client
in a
to feel
mirror.
empowered to tell her own story. But Catan also felt it
Chris
important to provide
Kattan.
context
He's
on
there doing
Ponsetto's state
mango.
of mind.
It's the lawyer. What the lawyer is saying is horse shit, but
Yeah.
it's the type of horse shit that flies. Like it carries a
You
tiny
take
bit
one
of weight.
look at that face, you're like, nah.
Yeah, but everything
Yeah.
she's saying, everything that the girl's saying is just the dumbest thing anyone said. No one buys it for a second. At least the lawyer has like a flimsy pretext.
Yeah, at least it's like, yeah, she's hiding behind some nonsense.
Yeah.
Phone to you.
The hotel receptionist.
She almost said the N
Mia,
word
where
just
had
there.
the phone been?
Why don't we ask the hotel receptionist?
Mia should be
Oh,
on.
yeah, baby. Bang.
I wonder, do you think her thing is like, no, actually, the black kid did have it. He just gave it to the receptionist.
Kind of
after
seems
the
like
fact.
she's sticking with that.
Yeah.
And what if that happened?
Well, she's sticking with the
Dude,
fact
if
that
if the
Could
kid
have
actually
happened to like
did
a
have it all
bitchier
along.
girl.
dude,
He stole
she'd
from
have
the
the
biggest bitch in the world and got away with it.
that'd be an insane redemption arc.
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Honest, I'm telling you, you seem to be not remorseful, to have no contrition, that you're almost a little flippant about this. You have to understand.
She's like, I don't know what
Shut up.
contrition or flippant are.
Shut the fuck up. She's cutting her off. You shut the fuck up,
She
Gail.
starts.
You have to understand, for this teenage boy who says that he was shattered, who said that he was traumatized.
Shattered.
this
I'm
is a big
traumatized.
deal. You're traumatized too because
and I'm so-
I mean, I honestly don't believe the kid was
he's
traumatized.
not.
He thought it was so funny.
He's
Like,
too old.
There's no way that happens to you
It's
as a
still fucked
14-year-old.
up.
It's
fucked
probably
up.
annoying and it sucked,
Yeah.
but there's no way he's traumatized.
But like,
I
how
get
many kids you know
child.
growing up had some weird person put hands on
Yeah.
them, like skateboarding or something? You're like, that was fucking funny.
If he was like
Yeah.
8 and an adult did this
Yeah.
in an overly physical way, that might traumatize
I don't
you.
blame them for like not wanting to let it go, but I mean, I guess that's just kind of the nonsense they have to put up.
Shattered.
Well, she's given this girl like 1,000 chances to show
Yeah.
any remorse.
Yeah.
She
sorry.
keeps doubling
I'm
down.
sorry from the bottom of my heart. He is honestly.
Nah.
He's 14. And that's what they're claiming.
Oh, yeah. If
Just
that
like
is your real name, Gail.
That's what
Yeah,
they're
what
claiming.
kinda-
She's
what kind-
throwing that in there.
What does that even mean? Why is the lawyer letting her talk?
She's going full. Show
Why
me the
does
birth
law-
certificate.
I can't believe the lawyer is letting this girl talk. Dude, if I was her parents, I would fire this fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
Why is she even sitting there if this girl's allowed to dig herself in this hole?
Yeah, you cut to the lawyer's brain. It says dun 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 dun. Real human being. She's having a real drive moment.
It's Homer, where he's just like da 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 da. Sugar, sugar, and it's just like the close of her head.
Your Honor, if I do submit to the court, if he is actually 14.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's no thing that she doesn't do wrong as far as like any answer to the interview is that she's doubling down on like she doesn't care. Now she's questioning how old he is.
Well, and two things. One, that's the easiest thing in the world to prove. Two, if he's not that age, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
22. I've lived probably just the same amount of life.
Allegedly
like,
22.
Honestly, I'm just as a kid at heart as he is. I feel sorry that I made the family go through like all of that stress, but at the same time, it wasn't just them going through that.
I just don't think that you helped yourself by your behavior.
Of
when
course
you looked
not.
at that video,
I'm
what
a
did you
bitch.
think? What did you think, Mia,
You
when
already
you looked
asked
at
me
the
that.
video?
You already asked me that in the beginning of the interview. I'm not
Okay.
going over it again. I would like to have a real interview with real questions and real heart and real sincere apologies. Let
I love it.
2021 be the moment of healing.
Let 2021 be the moment of healing.
What the fuck
but-
is he talking about?
She's
I
asking.
fucking love it.
She's asking for an apology.
What's wrong with her?
Or is she saying that her apology? Because she's
Yeah,
like,
is
there
she
should be-
revealing how bad
Yeah.
her apologies were?
Well, does she have like some? She has clearly some severe like narcissism type
Yeah.
thing. Huh?
Oh, for
like
sure.
what the fuck?